Hey guys, and welcome into Game Night Live. It is a great night to be with us. September 26th, Thursday evening. Tonight's show brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. If you're in the market for a new credit card review and compare credit cards online, you can make your choice. Find the best credit card for you and apply easily and securely online at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com. All right, so much to talk about tonight. Man, we have got all kinds of things going on in the world of sports and in the Bay Area. Of course, you've got the Giants with a day off today. Big crowd capacity on hand over at the Coliseum in the East Bay for the Texas Rangers and the Oakland Athletics. Got some Thursday night football. It's already underway. The Dallas Cowboys playing the New York Jets in New York. And we'll revisit WNBA playoffs last night. We got more to talk about than just the scores of the game. The playoff races are heating up. Oh my goodness, are they getting tight? I think right off the bat, we'll take a look at what's going on around Major League Baseball today on this Thursday. You've got quite a few games which were played early. It's a travel day for a lot of teams. And here we go. Let's take a look at them now. You had Kansas City in a playoff race taking on Washington, scoring a 7-4 victory. Finnegan takes the loss in that game. He's played well this year. Look at Detroit, keeping pace. 4-3 over Tampa Bay. The question is, are they peaking too early? Detroit is red hot. And when we take a look at the standings shortly, you'll see what I mean. It is a tight race indeed. Kansas City, Detroit, and trailing the pack for a playoff spot is Minnesota, the Twin City Club. They're playing tonight in Miami. We'll get a scoreboard update on that game. Other action, not that it matters. L.A. Angels, the Burbank team, playing the White Sox today in Chicago, blanking L.A. We're the White Sox, 7-0. It was Colorado 10, St. Louis 8 earlier today. And the big game everybody's talking about in the Bay Area among the media and fans alike, even if you're just a casual fan of the Oakland A's, even if you're a Giant fan, you know, the days of Reggie Jackson, World Series victories in the 70s, Billy Ball, remember Billy Martin, Bay Area kid who goes to Oakland and gets to manage the hometown A's. So many memories over the Coliseum, and it all came to an end today. Oakland moving to Sacramento, and so many things are up in the air. You've got the move to Sac, but, they're supposed to be moving to Vegas. Nothing really happening there. Does Vegas even want them? Time will tell. But Oakland, I don't think Oakland did themselves any favor. I remember last year watching ABC 7 and an interview with the mayor of Oakland who said, they'll never leave. Well, guess what? Today was the final game. And Oakland gets out of there with the victory, 3-2 over the Texas Rangers. Mason Miller is 28th save of the season. Some games already underway in the major leagues tonight. As we take a look at those games, you have got, Baltimore and the New York Yankees. They are underway. It's 9-7. In fact, that game has just gone final. It was Baltimore with the victory. So they are already in a playoff cushion. The Yankees already have done themselves well. So they are going to get a bye in the first round of the postseason. Baltimore, 9-7 over the Yankees. And here's a big one. Miami at Minnesota. You see that one on the board? It is live. And right now, Minnesota, they have, let me see what I've got for a score. Actually, I correct myself. It was the Yankees 7, Baltimore nothing. Beg your pardon. Yankees 7-0. I had to do a refresh there. For some reason, it was showing a victory. And Miami in that game at Minnesota tonight, it's 4-0 for Miami. We were talking about it on Giant Sports Talk Live on our sister channel yesterday, Eric and I, about teams that play spoilers. Giants did that just last week on their big tear. And here we've got Miami winning again. I mean, the game isn't over yet. It's in the fifth inning. Minnesota coming to bat, but trailing 4-0 in that contest. So Minnesota faltering at the wrong time. Coming up later on Giant Sports Talk Live, 8 o'clock start in the Bay Area. If you want to tune in for that, at Giants Sports Talk Live on Twitter, on YouTube, various platforms. We'll be following along with the San Diego Padres and the LA Dodgers. Everybody just rips on the Dodgers, and we're going to do that tonight. Not the most enviable pitching matchup. Musgrove up against Buehler, I believe, is 1-6, so he's struggling this year. That is the action. Again, I correct the score. Yankees with a 7-0 lead in their game against Baltimore, and Miami heading to the bottom of the fifth, 4-0 over the Minnesota Twins in their game. So many other things going on. We want to thank our sponsor, BetterCreditCards.com. Find your best credit card option, the one that is for you. It's easy to apply, secure online, BetterCreditCards.com. Game Night Live, the Thursday edition. My name is Glenn, and hope you're having a great start to your evening. I know we got some people out there, and Lethal excited about the Detroit Tigers. The Detroit Tigers, of course, winning earlier today. Kansas City, though, Lethal also coming up with the victory. Yeah, we see you out there in the chat. It's going to go right down to perhaps Sunday, see who, well, maybe at this point with Minnesota losing, not a question of who makes the playoffs, but the playoff seeding. And it's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward. It's almost like playoff baseball has already hit, hasn't it? Chardal is in the house. Hey, Chardal. Hope you're having a great night, getting ready for some sports activity, whatever you're tuning into this evening. Somebody out there in the chat says, let's just jump into it. Why don't we take a look at the Major League Baseball standings? So if you'd like me to do that right now, I can do that. Let's take a look at how the standings are shaping up around Major League Baseball's really tightly contested standings. Let's take a look at the, let's see, do we have the wild card? There we go. You have got, let's see, where have I got it? I don't see the wild card listed. Maybe I can fix that in a second. But anyway, we have got the Mets and Braves rained out again today. That game, because of a hurricane, has been postponed to Monday, where they'll play a doubleheader. Miami Marlins playing spoiler against the Minnesota Twins tonight. And, of course, in the American League, you've got the Baltimore Orioles holding on to a wild card spot. Kansas City and Detroit, they're just deadlocked. It might go down to Sunday. See who comes up with the win as far as top seeding goes. Oh, it's just so much fun at this time of the year. Thursday night football. That's right. It's that time of the week again. We start week number 4 in the league. And what do we got going on? We've got the Dallas Cowboys in action tonight. They used to be called America's team. Now a lot of people in Texas say they're not even our team. Oh, my God. But they're winning tonight. Dallas has taken a 14-6 lead in that ball game. There's 9:16 left in the second quarter of the ball game. Dallas with a touchdown in the opening frame. They put 7 more up in the second quarter. Giants have split the uprights in the first and the second for their 6 points. 14-6. Dak Prescott throwing the ball at will tonight, it appears. He's 11 of 12. Not even at halftime yet. 11 and 12. 141 yards, and he has tossed both touchdown passes. Thursday night football, you've got Dallas. They're leading the New York Jets by a score of 14-6. Lethal back in once again, getting back to baseball for a second. Lethal says, I am just a straight-up baseball fan. I just hate the Yankees and the Dodgers, but I do love my Giants and the Rangers. You talk about the Texas Rangers there? Texas beaten over in Oakland, final game at the Coliseum today. Lethal also a fan of the Baltimore Ravens in the National Football League. Not looking good to start the year, Lethal. It's a rough start for the Ravens. But it's early in the year. So many people panicking. Injuries have bitten so many teams, including our San Francisco 49ers. But I'll tell you what, Lethal, you're in tough this weekend. Baltimore, where are they? They're on the road taking on the red-hot Buffalo Bills. Buffalo 3-0. Meanwhile, Baltimore, as you know it, probably 1-2 to start the season. Well, my friends, WNBA playoffs, they continued last night. And as a result of a couple of victories by Connecticut and Minnesota, you've got 2-outs, first round. It's best of 3 series. Connecticut, the big one, beat Indiana 87-81. 3.5 million people tuned in. Most ever for a WNBA game. 3.5 million people. And they were expecting bigger numbers if they had gone to a deciding game to be played over in Indiana. But that was not the case. Caitlin Clark, 25 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists in the game for Indiana in the losing effort. Kelsey Mitchell at 17, Aaliyah Boston 16. Alyssa Smith. What has happened to Alyssa Smith? She played just 4 minutes of the ball game. I don't believe she even had a point in the game. Didn't play good defensively. Indiana and their fans kind of sickened. They had such a great second half after the Olympic break, but they are out. Minnesota, they crushed Phoenix. Nafisa Collier. What a game. Nafisa, I say she's one of the stars of the entire league. You know, they put Asia Wilson up there, and Ionescu, and so many other players, even Caitlin Clark. Nafisa Collier, against a very good Phoenix team, dumped in 42 points last night in the victory. And big question around the WNBA circles. Diana Taurasi, is it her final game in the NBA? Time will tell. Now, I want to take a look at something, if you guys will permit me a moment. This one I find very interesting. A lot of people commenting about the officiating in the WNBA. I think it's been absolutely horrific most of the year. The officials, they're calling stuff that shouldn't be called, letting other things slide. It's a penalty on one team. It's not a penalty on the other. And if we can take a look and watch, let's see if I can. When you see this one, look at the foul. You can watch that one again. Watch it. Watch it. Boom! She almost took her noggin off. What kind of? And there was no foul on that play. One more time for those of you who didn't get a good watch this. Bang! Oh, that no penalty, no foul, no free throws, no nothing. I don't know what the officials were seeing in that. One more time. That's just played it bad. Anyway, I didn't like the officiating. There's Caitlin again going down on the left side of the screen. Just no calls. I don't get it. It was horrifically refereed last night. If you caught any of the action as I did, anyway, it is what it is. WNBA playoffs will continue on Sunday. Noontime over on ABC television in front of a national network. Las Vegas at 27-13 this year up against New York, 32-8. Asia Wilson, she is the star of the Las Vegas club. Connecticut, with their win over Indiana, will play Minnesota. Minnesota ousted Phoenix. Clubs are evenly rated in the regular season. Connecticut 28-12, Minnesota 30-10. That one goes 5:30 over on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. So they call themselves WNBA playoffs. You know what? I'll tell you something. The ratings are going to go down the tubes now that Caitlin's out. I don't know what it is that everybody's got against her. Players in the league who are now taking their charter flights or off the charter flights, flying private. Anyway, it really ticks me off at the way the games are being officiated. And also, one of the things that happened, guys, a little take for you. If you were watching any of the game last night, one of the fans, he was ejected from the game, but then they let him back in, and he was yelling taunts at Caitlin Clark. Game was in Connecticut. I can understand. Got a little heated though. Called her the C word, which I definitely not going to use on this channel. Uh, Called her the C word. And at one point, there are reports he kept yelling, I hope you trip and you break your neck. They ejected the fan, but 5 minutes later, and then he apparently, to everybody who was within earshot, was boasting about his comments. And look at me. Uh, anyway, should have been. I mean, that's. I mean, there are a lot of WNBA. A lot of kids go to those games. It's pretty efficient to buy tickets for a whole family, cost effective. No need for that at any sporting event, whether it's WNBA, NBA, ballpark, anything. I just can't. That's actually sickening. I can't believe that they let the guy back into the stadium. BetterCreditCards.com, our sponsor. Find the best credit card for you and apply easily and securely online. BetterCreditCards.com. If you're in the market for a new credit card, visit them at BetterCreditCards.com. Proud sponsor of the show. They like what they see, and show's growing. So we're glad to have you join us on a Thursday night as we get through the early portion of the evening. Many of the games are actually underway at this point. Usually we got games getting underway in 20 minutes, half an hour. Lethal is back in. My year will get worse when hockey season kicks off. I'm a big Red Wings fan. Oh, I'll tell you what, the Detroit Red Wings showed a lot of growth last year, 2 seasons ago. My goodness, Lethal. Your Detroit Red Wings were as bad as the San Jose Sharks were last year. Now, the Sharks are looking to improve this year. I'm sure your Detroit Red Wings are going to improve. Don't you worry about it. Sharks are back in action, wrapping up the home exhibition series with the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. That game is down in Burbank tonight at Honda Center. The real season gets underway October 4th. That we are really looking for. That's when we will unleash one of our newest shows. It is called Shark Bites. We'll review everything from the world of the San Jose Sharks. We'll talk about their play, their players, talk around the National Hockey League that I have come to know and love over the years, having worked in professional hockey and the Quebec Major Junior League for some 18 seasons. The Montreal Canadiens, the Edmonton Oilers, of course, spent time with Marc-Andre Fleury and the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. Yeah, Chardal, you can join Shark Bites one of these days. It'll be coming real soon. Again, the regular season for the National Hockey League gets underway on Friday, October the 4th. Oh, it is approaching real soon. Can I make one more note? I was talking about the WNBA and the foul language, the fan who got kicked out, allowed back in. Absolute filth. He was vitriol spewing at Caitlin Clark last night. I want to make note of one other thing. The league came out today. Let's see if I have it here. The league came out and they made a statement in regard to that and other things. They said the WNBA is a competitive league with some of the most elite athletes in the world. While we welcome a growing fan base, the WNBA will not tolerate racist, derogatory, or threatening comments made about players, teams, or anyone affiliated with the league. League security is actively monitoring threat-related activity and is going to work directly with teams and arenas to take appropriate measures to include involving law enforcement. There you go, if necessary. Now, I might also add, and this is just a personal note, that if the WNBA is going to get serious about, racist, hateful speech, talk to your players. Do a little internal cleanup first. A lot of these players are living on social media. It seems to be the in thing these days, and they've had a lot to say A lot of negativity toward Caitlin Clark, and not just Caitlin, but other players around the league. And you know what? WNBA's got to clean things up before next season. One other WNBA note: I mentioned that Lanella Smith 4 minutes last night in the game for Indiana. I believe we'll see if this comes to fruition. I believe she will be left unprotected, and I think that you're going to see her playing for the Valkyrie next season. I've got my season tickets for San Francisco's WNBA action. Have you? San Francisco Giants, an off night. They will get back in action to wrap up the season tomorrow night. That's right. It's finally here. Can you believe we were on our winning ways? Had a 5-game win streak snapped yesterday, but we'll wrap it up coming up this weekend. I'm out of town, won't be there. My better half is going to be there for Fan Appreciation Day. And tomorrow night, you'll have the pitching matchup of Miles Mikolas, a right-hander. He's 9-11 for St. Louis. And the San Francisco Giants will counter with Landon Roop. That game goes at 7:15. They usually wear their orange jerseys, so I anticipate it will be a night of orange at Oracle Park. The game broadcast on 680 KNBR, as well as the NBA, or I should say, now I'm talking NBA so much, NBC Sports Bay Area. And San Francisco, the early favorite in Vegas to win that game. St. Louis 81-78. Not that it matters. San Francisco 79-80. They're, you know what? It's a 3-game series. They have an opportunity with 2 wins to move above 500 for the year. If they can, it would be a miracle to me. I did not think they would be a 500 club. I figured they were going to close out the year at 76 wins. They've got an opportunity to hit the 80-plus mark if they can pick up a win or more this weekend. What about you guys? Do you guys think that the Giants were even a 500 club? I don't know. I don't know. I thought sub 500, 76 wins. Still a lot of talk around the media lately that word's starting to trickle out that perhaps ownership has decided what route they will take as far as the general manager position. Now, Farhan was on KNBR, talked about his plans in the offseason, what he's looking forward to next year. Question is, will he be holding the reins of this operation next year? I know a lot of you who tune in just are sickened by the thought. You don't want to see that. I wouldn't be surprised, tell you the truth. I would not be surprised if this ownership brought him back. I don't want them to bring him back. I think things can only get better if they remove him from the position. But again, the way this ownership group of plenty decide things has been a mystery to me. 6 years of Farhan, and it's just been futile baseball. Lethal says he sees a sweep coming. A sweep? A sweep? Landon Roop going tomorrow? I don't know. You're a brave man, Lethal, coming up with that statement on the show tonight, Game Night Live. One more quick check before I head on, Eddie, here, and I'm going to watch some sports activity. The National Football League game, there's only 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the half. In New York, the Giants are moving the ball 1st and 10 on the Dallas 22. They've only been able to put up a couple of field goals thus far, have the Giants. Dallas scored a couple of touchdowns on TD passes from Dak Prescott. And again, Prescott's numbers early in the game, pretty good, 11 of 12 and 141 yards so far today. Coming up on our sister channel, you'll want to join us over there at 8 o'clock. We have got Giant Sports Talk live when we get ready for the final series, the homestand that'll wrap up the year. Hard to believe. We just opened it up, it feels, in San Diego in April. I was there. And here we are, closing out the season, the dismal season of baseball for the Giants that it has been. So Eric and I will talk about what's coming up this weekend. I'll mention that Lethal thinks it's a sweep coming, and we'll take a look around Major League Baseball, some of the scores that are coming in as we speak and how they will affect the playoff races. Once again, a couple of updates. Miami leading Minnesota 4-1. They've now gone to the bottom of the sixth inning. Earlier today, it was the Kansas City Royals with a win over Washington. Detroit beat Tampa. Those two teams tightly locked. It is going to be a whole lot of fun this weekend. So join us on X, YouTube, Giant Sports Talk Live, seen every night, 8 p.m. or immediately following Giants baseball with no game played tonight. That means we're going to be taken to the airwaves at 8 o'clock sharp. Eric and I will be there. Hopefully you will be as well. And we'll take a look at those other games. We'll probably follow the San Diego Padre LA Dodger game for what it's worth. See if the Padres can put a beating on those bums from LA. Enjoy your Thursday night sports. Maybe you're going to catch some NFL football second half action as they wind down the first. Maybe some baseball. It's all about enjoying it. Enjoying your sports and enjoying your Bay Area teams. I invite you to have a good Thursday night. And we will see you back here tomorrow night for a little more Game Night Live. It's brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. If you're looking for a credit card, visit them. BetterCreditCards.com.
You've been watching the Northern California Sports and Entertainment Network, a Northern Lights Entertainment broadcasting station.